Shalom everyone! So welcome back to my channel. So for today, we are going to make a question and answer portion I posted on my Instagram and Facebook. If you have any questions that you want to ask me, and I will answer them. So here it is. And just a quick commercial, guys. I'm doing a giveaway for my 500 subscriber, which I reached before, and for my 700 subscriber. So help me please. And of course for my 1000 subscribers soon, hopefully. This have this, some of the recipe on how you make Israeli foods, and the Lion of Judah, of course my book. So to join, guys, you just need to comment on my blogs, in any blogs that I posted. Just comment. Thank you so much and good luck to all of you. I love Israeli coffee. Best. Okay, so here it is. First question is, when will you study Hebrew seriously? So guys, let me tell you first that I went to Ulpan during my first year here in Israel, when I first moved here in Israel. But then I was working, and at the same time I'm studying in the Ulpan, so it's very hard for me. So I finished my Aleph, but still my Hebrew is not so good. I don't know, but actually I have a plan. I am studying Hebrew in Duolingo, but of course it's not enough. But then I already talked to one of my mora or teacher to teach me after the lockdown, because I really want to have private teacher that will teach me in Hebrew, because I don't want to do it online. I want like face to face. I don't know, I am not just a fan on an online studying. So yeah, pretty very soon. Second, this is funny. Why don't you swim? So first of all, there's a story about that, and it happened when I think I was in college. We are in tour in Palawan, and I was really eager to learn how to swim, and when someone volunteered himself to taught me how to swim. So I was very eager to learn, and I thought that I will be able to swim already because I learned it in the swimming pool. But then there comes a times that like I feel like I'm drowning, so I stopped it. Like I was really scared that I will die from drowning because you try to really like swim, but I can't. So I stopped it, and that's it. And from then on, I don't want to learn how to swim again. And not only that, whenever I went to the ocean, like to the sea, for swimming with my cousins and friends, I'm afraid of the oceans. Like I'm afraid of the waves. It seems like they want to eat me. Like they want to, because they're so big. Like when you see the whole world is like 3/4 of the world is made of water, and they can just eat you away. So yeah. But yeah, a lot of people told me that, Yohanna, you should learn how to swim, because your kids will like to swim in the future when you have kids, when you have children. So I will reconsider it, but I'm not so much fan of, swimming, beach. I don't know, guys, but yeah, I know a lot of you love the beach and to swim, so enjoy that. And every people have their own preferences. So yeah, so now you know why I did it, why I don't swim, and what is the reason behind it. Okay, next. What's your favorite Israeli food? Okay, so when I first came here in Israel, I really love the eggplant with china. I said it right, china. Yeah, I love it. I love this eggplant with china. And every time we will have educational tour from the office, or whenever I will visit some family during Shabbat, like I will look for this kind of food, for this eggplant with china, because I really love china. I love it. It's so delicious. And what is the first food that you like when you started to live in Israel? So actually, first food that I tasted when I came here is hummus and falafel. Yeah, this is the first food that I tasted when I first came here. It's hummus and falafel. And actually, I like them, but they are not my favorite. But I'm not saying that I don't like them. I love them, but not my favorite. Yeah. How did you and your husband met? So many people are asking this question to me, and I think a lot of you knows about our love story. We first met in Jerusalem.
Wow.
So it was my first tour here in Israel in 2015, and we met in Jerusalem. Actually in Ben Yehuda. I still remember that. And also the first time that we both walked together to the Western Wall or to the Kotel. So when we met in Ben Yehuda, I told him, okay, let's go to the Western Wall, to the old city, because I want to pray into the Kotel. So I didn't know that our first walk together to the Kotel will also, lead to something beautiful that, now I'm living here in Israel and he's my husband. So it's amazing. And yep. Yeah, we met actually through his best friend Avner, who introduced Yinon to me. So Avner introduced Yinon to me, and when I came to Israel, he told me why did we met. So we met. So yeah, that's how we met, guys. And then, what is your religion? They're asking me actually if I am a Jewish, Christian. It's Judaism actually. No, guys, because actually, as I always tell it to people, that I am not into a religion. For me, the most important thing is your relationship with God, and that's the best thing in life. Religion is something that people invented. Human beings invented the religion in the world, and what mattered the most is your relationship with God. And yeah, a lot of people actually are questioning about it, like what is your religion, why you keep even before, like I said, why you keep celebrating the Jewish feast. Even before I get married with a Jew, they are always asking me that, like, Yohanna, what is the kind of religion you are you in some kind of a cult or something? My answer is of course not. It is the choice that I made. It is my decision to follow the Torah, to follow the ancient path. Like I came to understand that to understand better and to know better my Messiah, which is Yeshua, you need to go back to the ancient path, to where everything began, especially about the Bible. Like if you want to know certain person, correct, you want to know everything about him, like about his family, where did he live. So same as mine. So when I started to that, I said, okay Yeshua, I want to learn more about you. So learning about him, I learned more about Israel, and that learning about Israel lead me to know about the Torah. So it's like a process. It's not like in the blink of an eye I know about this. No. So I go through all those process, and yeah, now I can say that I'm really contented on what I believe in. And if there's anything that I question on my faith, Yinon always told me to always read the Bible and go back to the Word of God to check it. Like if you have doubts or something, always go back to His Word, because you will find the answer, of course, in the Bible. Okay? Actually, the next question was sent to me. It's supposed to be for me and during our anniversary, but we were not able to do it, so I will answer it now. Did you have to convert to the Jewish faith before you could get married in Israel? Actually, guys, we haven't get married here in Israel. We get married only in Singapore, where I lived for 5 years, which is my second home as well. I love Singapore. I want to have the renewal of vows few more years from now, because it is something that the Lord has put into my heart. I always dreamed to get married in Jerusalem. Wow. So I told it to Yinon that I want to have the renewal of vows in Jerusalem. I actually am planning it. Next question, how to survive life in Israel? Oh, This is crazy because yes, life here in Israel is not easy, and it's hard because everything here is so expensive. Like if you want to buy an apartment, you need to have at least 2.5 to 3 million shekel, which is equivalent to, I guess in peso, is about 300 million pesos, is to buy an apartment or to have an apartment of your own. And the food is expensive, the clothes are expensive, but if you know how to really budget your money or things, so actually we survive in Israel by God's grace. Both blessed to have the money that comes to us every month, so it's amazing. It's all by really God's grace to us. And yeah, and actually we usually budget everything, like for our food, our expenses, for the bills, and if we are going for a tour, because me and Minon, we love to travel. So every time we will travel, we have the travel money or the savings for the traveling. We really set aside some money for both of us. We really plan everything. Savings and everything. We plan to have savings as well, of course, for our future kids, our future baby, because told me that he doesn't want our kids to be poor. You need to find where you will get the money to buy for milk or Pampers, because here in Israel it's very expensive. So we want to be ready when that time comes, so we save. And yeah, but it's really the cost of living here is really high. And guys, I will make a separate blog about it, so that you will really know how is it to live here in Israel. And next question, what's the most authentic things or place that can only be found in Israel? Actually, I think one of the most unique and authentic things or place that can be found in Israel, I think when it comes to archaeologies, archaeology, history, Israel is so rich with history and archaeology 2,500 years ago that you can only found here. Like everything that was written in the Bible, like the places, it's something that you cannot find into another country or place. It's only here in Israel, like where all the events in the Bible took place, all those old coins since ancient times. For all those history lover and archaeological lover, I suggest that you come here in Israel and experience it yourself. It's amazing, really amazing, guys. Next, what's your favorite verse or life verse? My favorite life verse is from the book of Acts. I really love this life verse, and this is something that really encouraged me to do what I have called to do. And yep, so here is it. Acts 20 verse 24. But I consider my own life of no importance to me whatsoever, as long as I can finish the course ahead of me, the task I received from the Lord Yeshua, to declare in depth the good news of God's love and kindness. So I really love this verse, Acts 20 verse 24. Like, I've always said that, my life is nothing, or it's not important to me, as long as I did what God wants me to do here when I'm still here on earth. And I guess that's my verse to live by. Okay, here is another question. After the Abraham Accords, where Israel established full diplomatic relations with the UAE and Bahrain, now there's considerable peace in the Middle East. Correct, there might be a considerable peace now into the Middle East. How do you see this historical treaty, and do you expect more countries to follow soon? I think most people already read it into the news and saw it in the newspaper or in Facebook or in Twitter, that even President Trump said that there will be 5 or 6 more Arab countries that will follow, that will have a peace deal negotiation with Israel. So I guess, yeah, there will be more Arab countries that will follow after UAE and Bahrain. I really cannot say like this will happen or this will happen, because actually I'm not in a place to say that. But for me, if peace in the Middle East is coming, it's very good, and this is what we all want, to have peace and shalom with all our Arab neighbors. It will be very nice. So the last question is, what do you think is the purpose of God in your life of bringing you to Israel? Of all places, why Israel? Wow, it's such a very nice question. So first of all, starting in the beginning, God put in my heart the land of Israel. Like, I know that God put that love in my heart about the land of Israel, and I know that I have a purpose here in this land. And one of that purpose is the greatest commission to all of us, to bring the good news to all the people. And you know, as a believer in Yeshua, people would see this into your life. And yeah, I guess that I have a very special purpose that I need to fulfill here in the land, and I wish I could reveal more to you guys, but I know that in God's timing, I will for sure. And as all of you know, we have the ministry, the Guardian of Zion. So we have this ministry to help the land of Israel, and also the people that love the land of Israel, the other countries. Like blessing Zion and Zion blessing the other countries as well. So I know that of all the places in the world, He bring me here for that particular calling and for that particular purpose. If you respond to the call, or if you answer the call, He will bring you to higher heights, like more than you can ever imagine or think of, because I've never dream that I will be able to live here. I only know that I will be coming back to Israel always, but you know, before I got married, God told me that He will bring me back to the land, but without knowing that He will bring me back here like permanently to live here. So it's amazing how He works into our life, into my life, and into each one of our lives. So yeah, that's it. So guys, hope you learned something more about me from this question and answer portion. And if you have any more questions that you want to ask me, or you want to know about me and my life here in Israel, you are free to do that. Comment below. And do not forget to like and subscribe, and see you again in my next vlog. Bye!